Hey everybody, welcome back to Croonie's Corner for this week's episode. And today we're going to be talking about long iron practice. So at the end of a day or at the end of a practice session, I always like to kind of test my golf swing with hitting some of the more challenging clubs. My bag is pretty simple. I play with these driving irons and the 3 and 4 iron, and then I have a blade 5 iron. So I made it a little bit easier on the top of the bag instead of just playing blades all the way through. But really for me, I found that if I can really strike the 3, the 4, and the 5 iron pretty consistently, the rest of my game is always in pretty good shape. So I always kind of test the things that I'm working on in my swing with the longer clubs in the bag. Anything off of the ground, like a 3 wood, you can hit drivers off the deck too, which are useful. But I'm going to do some long iron practice. We're going to see how it goes, see how the swing is feeling. I've been working on it the last couple days, so we'll see what happens. But I'm just going to kind of go through a normal kind of long iron practice. So I've got the 3 iron here first. So just going to hit a few 3 irons. I got the 5 iron as well, and the 4 iron. But was hitting some earlier today, and it felt pretty good. Really, for me, I'm kind of working on making sure that this left arm stays out in front of me throughout the swing. It doesn't get too much across me here. So really trying to focus on that left arm getting more in front of the body rather than getting sucked behind me and then drifting out to the right. So here's the first one. A little skinny. But for me in the long irons, if I can hit it relatively solid and then have, good control over the ball, for me that's kind of all I'm really looking for. It's just seeing where the swing is. That was hit solid. Great shot there. That was nice. When I hit one of those, it kind of tells me like, yeah, you know what, things are kind of shifting in the right direction. Not a good one there. That was off the toe and low. Really feeling like that left arm stays in front of me as I move it back and down. That was pretty good. That was a good swing. A little curve to the right, but that's all right. Just making sure the posture's good, alignment's good, grip's good. Club works up in front of me, and then I can just kind of lower the arms as I unwind. That was a good shot. So last 3 or 4 there have been good. Good divots, not too deep. Kind of a low bullet there. Shut it down a little bit. Nice. That was a great shot. Perfect. Right down the line, good flight. A little bit of a downhill lie here, so ball's going to come out just a tick lower. Really feel like the arms elevate. Good width. I got a little underneath it. But playable. It's not going to hurt me on the course. Hit a couple more and then we'll go to the 4. That was a good strike. Hit a few 4 irons. And again, as the stick gets shorter, it's just going to feel a little bit more elevation in the backswing. So not so much around me. Nice there. Got away with it. Good flight. Try to hit a couple of little chip shots, little kind of low flighted shots. That was nice. Nice and flat. And for that little kind of flat iron shot, all I'm trying to do is really just focus on keeping the emblem of my glove, just working down the target a little bit longer. So it's just a little bit more this way. Cut the follow through off and try to just let the face not turn down, but I just feel like there's a little less dynamic loft. It's just a little stronger face. And then I'm just using the arc to keep the face, keep the start line good. Nice there, that was good. Come out nice and flat. Really good shot. Hit a standard one here. That got up about another 30 feet. Nice shot. And then I'll kind of round things off with hitting the 5-iron. So this is a blade 5-iron. It's my normal 5-iron in my set. The other, the 3 and the 4 are the Srixon driving irons, which have been a godsend. They're just so much easier to use. I feel kind of bad for having had a blade 3 and a 4-iron for as long as I did, because it's so much easier. That was a nice shot. Touch thick, that one. Still flew good. Got out there good. That was nice. But the divot pattern's all nice and consistent. My angle of attack's good. Body's moving pretty good. Club's nice and balanced, so the face is staying pretty passive. I don't feel like it's wanting to toss or I have to hold it off or do anything weird. Yeah, that was nice there. That was a great shot. Try to hit one down a little bit. Perfect. Right down the target. Hit a normal one. Touch thick. That's gonna go okay. It's just a little bit thick. You could probably hear it. So it got a little low, shaft got a little steep, lower body kind of stalled, and then I couldn't quite save it at the bottom. We'll get it up. That was nice. Really good shot there. A little skinny, but went good. So hit a couple more. It's pretty hot here today. That was good. Got kind of a little straight fade going today, which is good. That's means the club face is pretty passive. Flight's good. So that's a nice sign to see. I always try to watch the ball flight. You know, the ball flight's always going to tell me kind of what's happening with the shots. That was perfect. Yeah, that's a good one there. Then I'm going to hit go back to the 3 here and see if it transfers. You know, 3 is the longest iron in my bag, so it's kind of always that, it's a good test. Because when I'm swinging it good, I can kind of hit everything in the bag pretty consistently. And all the clubs are useful. That was nice. Right down the line. Good flight. Nice and flat. That was a cool shot. It's kind of a missile out there. But again, they're good golf shots. So I know that my golf swing's in a decent place. So I can trust it and have some confidence with it. Perfect. So 90% of those shots have all been really good. And that just means that the things that I'm working on my golf swing are solid, and I'm getting some good feedback. So for you guys, test yourself with kind of the longer clubs in your bag. You know, if you're working with your golf instructor or you're taking lessons, you know, really make sure that what you're working on kind of works throughout the entire bag. If it's only working with the short irons and not the long irons, and you're kind of in between, you know, that might mean it's something to look at in terms of the information. I always try to make sure the information that I'm working on carries throughout the entire golf bag. So I don't want to be working on something specific for a short iron and then something completely different for the long iron. I want everything to kind of work throughout the course of the bag. And for me, at least, when I've made swing changes or trying to improve on my golf swing, my whole barometer is I need to be able to do it with a short stick. Like, I need to be able to move it correctly with a 54 degree or a pitching wedge. And then I need to be able to do it with a 3-wood, you know, with the ball off of the ground. Like, I need to have everything kind of working throughout the entire set of my golf clubs, so that when I get on the golf course, I can have complete trust and confidence in what I'm doing. And if you play a golf course where you're hitting primarily short irons, you know, spend some time working on the longer end of the bag as well. So when you get to a big golf course and you've got hybrids and 3 irons and 5 irons and even 6 irons, you know, you're comfortable hitting those shots, and you know your golf swing's in a good spot. I found it to be really easy for me and my pattern to move short irons really well. Like, I can get into a good rhythm with swing faults because the stick's shorter and it doesn't want to fall as far behind me. But I've struggled, you know, in the longer end of the bag, making those changes. So again, test it out with the long clubs. If it carries through, you know, you're kind of on the right path. And if it doesn't, you know, you can evaluate the information and make some changes if you need to, so that you can have a good, clean 14 set of all 14 clubs in your bag are working correctly. Hope this helps your game. Appreciate you guys watching. If you like it, please subscribe and help me grow this channel. And if not, that's cool too, but we'll be back next week for another episode Sunday at 6:30. Take care, guys.